On today's Antiques Roadshow, we make a return visit to a venue which has been a real first for us all. A sewage pumping station. Now Leicester City Council's Museum of Technology. Opened in 1891, the Abbey Pumping Station is a Victorian architectural gem. Not only did it achieve its aim of pumping away vast amounts of sewage from the city to a nearby treatment works, up to 20 million gallons a day, but it did it with efficiency and elegance. Most people would never have seen the inside of the engine house, but its elaborate features wouldn't be out of place in a stately home. Indeed, parts of the exterior were designed to look like a grand mansion, to avoid Victorian NIMBYism. Wealthy residents didn't want their views spoiled. Whoa, look at that. Like so many of Britain's heritage sites, the pumping station is maintained by a small army of dedicated volunteers. Cleaning, greasing, polishing is all part of the weekly routine. And as a result, the 4 magnificent beam engines are in perfect working order. And that's the brilliance of Victorian engineering for you. And this place is more than just a pumping station. It's got a hidden secret. There's also an amazing collection of vintage vehicles from the local area, which are usually crammed into this shed away from public view. But here they are, and this is my particular favourite, the hot fish and chips van. It's got its own coal-fired range, and I'm reliably assured we'll be putting it to good use later. So we're getting a selection of the vehicles fired up and driven outside onto the lawn, so everyone who comes to the roadshow today can appreciate them too.
What a gruesome mug. It's horrible, isn't it? Execution of Louis XVI in 1793 with blood and gore and everything. Terrible. How did you come by this?
Well, it came into our family in 1936 for families actually German or part German, yes. And a British aristocrat who was living in Germany at the time gave it to my mother's sister, and you'll note there's some damage on there. And that damage came about in 1944 when the RAF bombed Hamburg, and it fell off a shelf, basically, and that caused the damage.
I say.
And I took possession of it in 2014.
Good Lord, how extraordinary. But what a gruesome subject.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Well, I found it very interesting, I have to say. But what I was wondering was whether it was a souvenir at the time, or is that not the correct time period for that to be made?
View of the guillotine on the modern beheading machine at Paris, by which Louis XVI, late King of France, was beheaded January 21st, 1793. And there's his head. It's been terrible, absolutely shocking. But it is genuine at the time.
Oh,
Most
really?
extraordinary subject, because it wasn't made in France. This was made in England.
Really?
But of course, France hated it, and so they never depicted it. And it's difficult always to know where it was made, but it's probably Stoke-on-Trent in Staffordshire, but made in 1793, and I think it's absolute fun, really is. If it had been perfect, would be worth, I suppose, pushing £1,000.
Really?
But being damaged as it is, still interesting. 200 to 300 pounds, and it's great to know its history.
I better get the RAF to pay me the other 800 then.
I thought I'd share a little something with you before we leave Abbey Pumping Station today. The owner of this told me that Leicester was at the forefront of 3D printing in the UK, and this is one of the early prototypes. Recognise him? Kevin Keegan. And who knows, in 100 years from now, people could be looking at this as an antique of the future. And they might well also be asking, what was a perm? From the Roadshow team, until next time, bye-bye.